Hey, what's up everyone and welcome to another very exciting video. I'm Gaming Mars and today we're talking about my Nintendo Wii Collection. But before we get started, for the love of all that is holy, please smash that like and subscribe button to feed those algorithm gods. First things first, when I'm playing Nintendo Wii, I'm using this gold limited edition stuff. I love collecting these golden trinkets every now and they almost always come from the Zelda universe. The Nintendo Wii had a lot of accessories for the Wiimote, and a lot of them were rubbish. However, these little accessories for light gun games were effing amazing. I recommend the Wii Zapper, but it's fun to have a handgun every now and then. Now this is actually very important. Component cables. Believe me, these cables will make your games look better. It's a million times better than the component cables that the Nintendo Wii just comes with by default. Now, let's just talk about these games alphabetically, shall we? I have no A's in my collection. So the first game we'll be talking about is Batman, the Brave and the Bold. This is actually a great side-scroller. Totally recommend for any Nintendo Wii collection. It's awesome. I just love it when video games can emulate the graphic style from their animated series. The next game on this list is Battalion Wars. Now, to be honest with you, I've never touched this game. One day I intend on playing it. It looks cool, that's all that matters. Next up we got these Call of Duty games. This one's not that good. This one is. I specifically got this game to use in conjunction with this thing, but it didn't really play out that well together. It's much better playing this with standard controls, but you'd play it on another console if you did that. But this is a good game. I just wouldn't recommend it on the Wii. Next up we have the Conduit. I believe this is Nintendo Wii exclusive, and apparently it's compatible with Wii Speak. This is just the first-person shooter that utilizes the Wiimote and the nunchuck, if you're into that type of experience. Next up we have Dead Space Extraction, a story-based light gun shooter. Strongly recommend playing this one with the Wii Zapper handy. Next up we have Donkey Kong Country Returns. Now this was a return to the good old form of the old 2D Donkey Kong side-scrollers. Look, with these Donkey Kong games that are 2D side-scrollers, you know what you're going to get. So if you're not into Donkey Kong, don't get it. If you are, go for it. It's totally up to you. Dragon Ball, Revenge of King Piccolo. Now, I thought this would be a good game because there is a very similar game on the Game Boy Advance. However, I really didn't like this game. It did not live up to my expectations. But it's always fun having Goku in your collection. Here we have another amazing light gun game, Ghost Squad. Check it out. And make sure you have your light gun handy. Here we have Gunblades New York. I just noticed this game's called Arcade's Hit Pack, which means it should have been the first game in the damn video. Anyways, make sure you play this one with the gun peripheral. I can't state this enough, the Nintendo Wii was amazing for light gun games. Next up we have Heavy Fire Afghanistan. I'm gonna level with you guys, I don't like this game that much. But it's another light gun game, and if you're into light gun games, check it out. With the Wii Zapper. Next up we have another light gun game, Medal of Honor Heroes 2. There's an arcade mode, which acts as a light gun shooter. That's right. A light gun game based in World War II. It's as awesome as it sounds. And you know what? You can even play through it as a first-person shooter if you really need that in your life. I personally play it for the light gun game madness. Kirby Adventure Wii. This is 100% a kid's game. If you're into Kirby as an adult, you'll probably like this game. I myself only like the Kirby games when they were in the Game Boy and Nintendo period. I haven't really liked any of them since. And yes, I can't understate this enough. Play this with your Wii Zapper. Metal Slug Anthology. Metal Slug is a 2D side-scroller, and it's pretty legendary in Japan. Very difficult, but you have unlimited credits, so you can just go through the game like that. It's a lot of fun. Check it out. It's certainly worthy of the existence in any Nintendo Wii collection. Next up, we got Mario Strikers Charged Football. I hate it when they call soccer football. But nevertheless, this is an amazing game. I love this game. Even my friends who don't like soccer love this game. It's just so much fun. I've actually got a review of this game. You should check that one out. Next up, we got Mad World. This game actually has quite a unique graphic style. However, I feel like it's on every list and everyone recommends it, and they say it's an amazing game. Most of the reviews I've seen of this game only show the opening moments of gameplay, which makes me think they played it for a few seconds, they thought it was cool, and never touched it again. I tried playing through the game, and I didn't really like it that much. It exists in the collection because, look at this cover, it looks cool, and yes, the graphic style does look cool. But playing the game, I must say I don't find it that enjoyable. Next up, we have NBA Jam. I love the NBA Jam franchise. I love any arcadey basketball game. I love it how this thing says caution. Gaming experience may change online. But yeah, NBA Jam, a lot of fun. Totally recommend this game. Next up, we got No More Heroes 1 and 2. I believe these games to be extremely overrated. I did have fun playing No More Heroes 2, but it's not exactly the type of game that I would ever go back to. Need for Speed Nitro, a Nintendo Wii exclusive. This is an arcadey Need for Speed game. I would totally recommend this game to anyone out there. Next up, we got Anichimbaro, Bikini Zombie Slayers. I'm gonna level with you, I only got this because Bikini Zombie Slayers sounds awesome, but the gameplay was actually quite terrible. I wouldn't recommend this at all. I mean, on the back it says hotties against zombies, but the gameplay was just terrible. It just doesn't utilize the Wiimote and Nunchuck very well. Next up, we got the return of the legendary Punch-Out franchise. This was the last Punch-Out game that was actually released. Now, this game is actually a lot of fun. Check this one out, guys. The graphic style actually really holds up. Next up, we have Red Steel. I think this is actually a fun game. It is a quick playthrough, and it is a first-person shooter. This game has received a lot of negative feedback, and it is by no means a perfect game, but I do think it is a fun playthrough. But if all the problems of the first game are a problem, the sequel is actually way better, and a universally loved game on the Nintendo Wii. So yeah, 100% check this one out. Next up, we got the Resident Evils of the collection, and you know me, I love me some Resident Evil. Let's just start off with Resi 4. A lot of people believe the Nintendo Wii is the definitive way to experience this game. I couldn't disagree more. I like it best on the Nintendo GameCube. A lot of people like it like this because you can get your headshots a lot easier with the Wiimote. I just found it really challenging to play through the game like that. I just needed more of a traditional control scheme. Next up, we got some light gun games, so make sure you've got your gun peripheral. Resident Evil The Umbrella Chronicles is a fun light gun game. However, it's not perfect. Its sequel irons out a lot of the imperfections from the first game, and is a far better experience. I strongly recommend Resident Evil The Dark Side Chronicles. Next up, we got Sin and Punishment. This is another on-rail shooter. It's not my favourite on-rail shooter on this system, but it seems to be on everyone else's list. So it is a game worth checking out. Next up, we got Sonic Colors. So if you want to check this out on a Nintendo system, the re-release on the Nintendo Switch totally botched itself up. This is a definitive way to play it on a Nintendo system. Here we have the classic Super Mario All-Stars for the Nintendo Wii. I played it once and there was some epic input lag. I'm not sure if that was just my bad luck, but if that input lag is a common problem, this game is not worth checking out on the Nintendo Wii at all. Maybe it was the Wiimote I was using. I really should look into that. Next up, we have Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Everyone who has a Nintendo Wii probably has this game. This is actually my least favorite Super Smash Bros. Now, if you're into your Monster Hunter type games, this is a game that follows a similar formula. So yeah, check out Spectrobe's Origins if you like those types of games. Next up, we have Tatsunoko versus Capcom. I always love having these unique fighters on my Nintendo systems, just because I feel like on the Nintendo, if everyone goes to a fighter, it's Super Smash Bros. So this game is very much well worth having in your collection just to diversify the type of fighters you can choose from. Next up, we have another light gun game, House of the Dead 2 and 3. Play this with your gun peripheral. I cannot understate this enough. Yeah, check this one out. It's pretty cool, especially if you played these games in the arcade. House of the Dead Overkill. Check this one out with your gun peripheral. You won't regret it, particularly if you have the shotgun. Next up, we got the Zeldas. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess and The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I've actually never played this one. This one was a lot of fun though. I like the Dark Zelda games. There are just some games that you just can't be stuffed with. Next up, we got Wii Sport and Resort. These games are a lot of fun. Check them out. My friends and I, to this day, have golf tournaments on this thing. And last but not least, we have Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I went through a phase where I was collecting quiz show video games. I actually would not recommend this one at all. And that's it. That's my Nintendo Wii collection. Thanks for hanging out to the end. If you could do me a solid and hit that like and subscribe button, that will really help me a lot. And let me know what you guys thought about my Nintendo Wii collection in the comment section below. Anyways, that's it for me. See ya.